This is the Bottom Line Sports Show with Gerald Brown and Rick Mahorn.
Imagine you trade a Chet Holmgren for a Giannis Antetokounmpo.
These guys are athletic as you know what, and you go like, oh my gosh, where's the fundamentals? Where's the pass first mentality? That's not in the league anymore.
And now here's your host, Gerald Brown and Rick Mahorn.
So great to be back on air. What's up, Rick Mahorn, Gerald Brown? Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Let's get all that out the way. First and foremost, we got a dynamic show as always. But you know what about this show, man? I love Rick.
What's that?
We get a chance to talk to the legends, man, because it's important to give them their flowers, and they just do, because there are a lot of times players get overlooked of yesteryear, and we don't understand their greatness and stuff like that. So this is something that I'm always excited. We got one that's going to be coming on today, man, and really talking about, you know, obviously his career, his run, and obviously talking about that. But first and foremost, how you doing, and what the hell is on your head? Take that damn hat off. You look like CB4. What's wrong with you? Who you running from?
Nope. I ain't running for nobody.
You trying to be a thug?
Hey,
you not no thug.
You just jealous because your hairline is
no. That's natural.
No. Look, natural. I want to see. Go look. Let me see the back. Let me see the helicopter pad. Boy, you got a big ass head.
Yeah, brother.
You got a big ass head for a little dude.
Pause. No. See, you sitting up there. That's
you got that little head and the big ears.
No, don't even come at that.
I might think I'm gonna call you Kevin Hart.
But you know what, Rick? Before we get into it, we're gonna have obviously Derrick Coleman. I see DC giving himself set up and stuff. Really looking forward to chopping it up with him. We got to give some love to USA men's hockey. They get the gold after 47 years. After 47 years, it's great. It's exciting. Definitely very, very round of applause for them.
Hey,
USA.
Well, you about to go get you a jersey or something?
Hell no.
You play hockey?
No, I don't like the cold, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you sit there in New York and stay cold.
But you know what? One thing that I realized about the fact is that with, you know, the USA and the Winter Olympics, now I know the Summer Olympics are actually going to be in LA, but it's interesting. It's been like 47 years since the last time, if I'm not mistaken, that New York had an Olympics. And I remember the last one was in Lake Placid.
Yeah.
They never had no more Olympics here in New York. If it's not the summer, but definitely the winter.
Well, you know, Gerald, a lot of times deals with weather patterns. You know, a lot of times we sit back and you go, okay, is it going to rain? Is it going to snow? Is it going to be hot? Look, we didn't have some cold. This has been the coldest winter I've been, you know, that I can remember, and I'm old. But when you look at it, y'all got snow dumped on y'all up there in New York, man. It's like, when the last time the blizzard stuff started happening? But I look at it like this: it's all time and place, and you got to see what place you can go to. If it's Lake Placid, if it's, you know, out where they were in Italy, and I just think it is where, you know, what country's got the most money at some time that's going to do, you know, accommodate everyone.
Well, I think it would be somewhere like Syracuse. And speaking of Syracuse, seems like Derrick Coleman is trying to get his camera and stuff like that. Rick, you might need to call him. Take that hat off. You look like some fake thug. Rick, what is wrong with you with that hat on? What is wrong? People, I need to ask people out there when they see this, please, what is wrong with Rick Mahorn's hat? What are you doing?
I'm going trick or treat.
No.
I should have it like this when I'm talking to you, because I don't want to see your ugly face.
Yo, you look like you have set up, and all you need is a pink champagne right now. That's all you look like you need.
I got one in the fridge right behind me. Don't let me pull it out.
Yo.
And guess what kind of cologne I got? I got Brute.
No, you don't have the Paco.
The splash on.
Oh, man. Oh man, definitely.
Anyway, let's get into some basketball until DC get on there, man.
Yeah, definitely.
We were
Get some
just saying,
basketball.
listen. I feel sorry for all them Knicks fans when the Pistons came up there and whooped that ass, and they're boo and all that stuff. Now they won a couple of games. They think, yeah, okay, we'll see them again.
I tell you this, man. One thing about that, and definitely let's talk about the fact is that the Pistons and stuff. We always get the daily update. Rick, I'm gonna say it right here on the show.
Mark your words.
Is the
You
MVP.
You gonna mark your words.
Mark my words. Part 2.
Okay. All right.
My MVP right now is Cade Cunningham.
Okay.
My MVP is Cade Cunningham. Second, and I'm saying it right in the camera and closing in real fast.
Can you move your nose back just a little bit?
Shut up, you old sucker.
Go ahead. Okay, give it to me in your order.
Mustache out of here.
No, give it to me in your order.
I say Cade.
Yep.
Wembanyama. And I don't know that third. I mean,
the two guys that will probably, if they get hurt again, is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and also the Joker. They you got to have at least a maximum of 65 games in order to be in mention with that. So season still got a long way to go. Cade didn't play too well. I mean, didn't make a lot of shots last night, but he did. He dropping dimes and rebounding and do the other things that needed to be done. Even playing with 5 fouls. Unfortunate loss to the San Antonio Spurs, who played real well. They shot the 3-ball like off the chart, man. It was like Castle, and they have a very deep squad, similar to ours. But you know what? Hey, you lose a couple now, you lose one now, but you get back on track. But I just think what you said, the statement of Cade Cunningham winning MVP, he's in that conversation, and it was would it cement anything at the end of the year, at the end of the season? The way Cade Cunningham is built, he's the most humbled guy. I done told you that I've probably been around in this new generation where this young man takes on responsibilities. He is so gracious and so humbled that, I would love for him to win the MVP. But one thing that I would love for him to do, win the championship, because that means a lot more. Only one is an individual award, but it's also a team associated award because everybody else has to play well around him as well. But I think when I look at it and all said and done, Kay wants that ring on his finger. He wants that championship ring. And that's why when you look at the Pistons, don't care if he score a lot of points or he don't care if he score a few points, as long as he get the dub.
Yeah. Shout out to Dr. J.
What Doc say?
Doc said Rick looks like the Nike elf in that hat. Love you, Doc.
See, Doc, don't you ain't playing fair. Doc. Wait a minute, who's your team now, Doc? Which one, the Knicks or is the Golden State? Won't you answer that question?
Rick, you got to put a call into Derrick because it looks like he's having a little issues and stuff connected because we can't get him up. He's got to be able to connect his camera or his microphone and stuff like that. So definitely reach out.
So you want me to leave now and
come
back?
Leave now, and I'll handle the show until you come back.
Do you want me to wear my hat?
No, yeah, you can wear that hat. You can wear that hat.
That's all I need to hear. Now go ahead and put me back in the,
Get back. The room. So as Rick gets ready for the whole situation there, shout out to Dr. J. Shout out to everybody that's watching the show. We're going to have Derrick Coleman on here. We're going to get DC all set up. And the biggest thing is, I would love to see a Winter Olympics in New York, especially with all this snow, Lake Placid, or what all you got different things. Maybe have one of the events in Harlem, maybe have an event that's in Harlem. But also too, while we're on this topic, man, and I gotta say this because a lot of times people say things to basically get a reaction, and rather just saying, hey, this is my guy. This is my guy. I'm going to stand with my guy regardless. Stan Van Gundy recently said something that I think a lot of the times you're going to defend your guys because, hey, that's his guy, right? And nothing's wrong with it. You know, case in point, look, Penny Hardaway is having a difficult season down at the University of Memphis. His team is having a difficult season, and I'm going to defend him through and through. But at least I'm going to use reason and logic. So Stan Van Gundy, most recently, told Heat Central that he's picking Dwayne Wade over anyone in NBA history, not most recently, but NBA history, to take the last shot. If he had a situation to take a last shot. And my question to you guys in the chat, definitely hit us up. Also subscribe to the channel, your YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, but also just subscribe and follow me on Instagram, G Brown Sports, as well as Rick Mahorn Official 44 on IG. But who would you take in terms of that last second shot in NBA history? So Stan Van Gundy is saying, Wade, and we know he coached them. You're staying close to the family in cahoots with the Miami Heat. I get that. But you're talking about over Larry Bird. You're talking over Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan. And Rick, as I was just talking about, you know, this whole Stan Van Gundy thing. And you said something that was so interesting in terms of just the way that dynamic is set up. He said history. I think maybe he meant to say, I'm talking about Miami Heat history, but he said the history. When you look at something like that, what are your thoughts on just, we all know, I'm not going to react to the fact is that he's just, you know, basically just saying something just out of, you know, just the attention. But when you think about it, a last second shot, there's a lot of guys. We rattled off a lot of guys and stuff. What were some of the guys and stuff? And what are your thoughts, first of all, about Van Gundy's comments?
This is one thing that I say. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. And if they see something, they're going to say what they feel is right. And I mean, hey, you got to either accept it or you just, you know, that keeps the conversation going. I mean, this guy's out there that I've played against that you go, okay, who's going to take that last second shot? I done played against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Shoot, I done played against, you know, guys like, man, please.
Bird.
I mean, Earl of Pearl, Dr. J, Bird, Larry Bird. And I'm sitting here going like Kobe Bryant. And you go like, okay. And if that's your opinion, I even say you take Michael Jordan. And I don't even say that often. But shoot, I even look at Steph Curry now. Would you if defenses are prepared to stop you, especially when it comes to the playoffs, all of a sudden, every time you play in somebody 7 games, you're trying to cut the head of the snake off, right? That's why Steve Kerr hit a shot again, you know, in Chicago, because if the same way that I look at Isaiah Thomas, then we had Joe Dumars, because we knew Joe could take a shot just as much as Isaiah, because you know all eyes are going to be on Isaiah. Same way with Larry Bird. Everybody know eyes are going to be on Larry Bird, but then he's going to make the pass. He's the creator. So does Dwayne Wade fall in that category? Probably if you pick your top 50.
Yeah.
Diggle, my man.
Whoa. Let's give him his just due. Let's just give him his due. He's a legend, okay? A basketball legend. From what I understand, the man came up to Belmont. They were saying when he was up in Belmont, he won bells. I heard the stories and stuff. And somebody told me he's one of the best big men he ever seen. The one and only Mr. Derrick Coleman joining us.
What's up, bro? How you doing? What's up, 44?
What's up, Fofo?
I'm
man.
good.
Hey, he don't know the connection with us, boy.
Right, yeah.
Hey, Gerald, let's go back to when this dude was in high school, boy. That he was a bad motherfucker then. And then he got in the league and got in up there at Syracuse and was a bad motherfucker there too.
Yeah.
And got into the pros And nobody, sorry to people out there, nobody fucked with DC. That's my dog right there.
Man, all love, man. All love. What's good?
Well, I got to say this too, first and foremost, the original Stretch 4. That's the first. He the first.
No.
He the first.
Stop no, Gerald, stop that. Stop. Let's
Come on now.
on that. The boy can play ball, period.
He can play ball. But when we talk about this Stretch 4, he started it.
Hey, Gerald.
He started it.
Gerald, you stay in your lane. We're going to stay in
Shut up. You want that old hat on. You ain't no thug. Shut up.
Listen, this boy, listen, when I used to play.
Get my blood boiling.
Hey, man, shut up. Hey, shut up. This is my show right now.
You shut up. This is my show too.
No, it ain't yours. But look, just check it out. If it wasn't for me, it wouldn't be you ball boy. So shut up. So that's what you. Who's the best ball boy? You
snaggle tooth mouth sucker.
Hey, listen, DC. He gonna label you as a stretch for. Man, that dude can play inside out. There ain't no stretch in there. That. I'm done. I'm done.
What are your thoughts about that, DC?
It's called a skill set.
Thank you.
A skill set, a high skill set.
Yeah.
But I had to talk about the Belmont and stuff. Talk about Belmont and then the places like Belmont and the Saint. That shaped you and stuff. Because I heard you got busy in there young against Roy Tarpley and all them guys.
Well, I mean, again, I couldn't afford to go to all the basketball camps growing up as a kid, but being in Detroit and having guys like Rick Mahorn used to come and play at the Belmont, Earl Curitan, rest his soul, Isaiah, William Belford, then all the guys from Michigan would come. When you're talking about Roy Tarpley, Antoine Jobert, Leslie Rock'n'More, then all the guys from Michigan State, Vernon Carr, Scott Skiles, even Magic used to come in there sometimes, and the guys at Eastern Michigan. So I just grew up around basketball, all my life at a high level, and again, I mean, Kevin Willis, I just think of all the guys I grew up playing against when I was still in high school, and, they were in the pros. So, no, I couldn't afford to go to all the camps at the time, but I was still playing a high-level game of basketball, even as a kid growing up in Detroit.
DC, you watching you watch games, and I know, but you do so much community work, which is always, you know what, dude? It's always been in you that you always come back home and you make Detroit home because this is your city and you walk around. But when you're looking at the game today and you say, which player can kind of remind you of you? Because I know it's like we can get in our, as former pros, we can get in our own mind. But who reminds you up there when you see some of these games or some of these cats?
Well, the young fella out in Milwaukee, Oladipo, whatever. What is his name in Milwaukee? Giannis.
Yeah,
pushes it. He can go coast to coast with it. He doesn't have the three, like I did. I mean, when I see a guy like Jokic out in Denver, just his passing skills, can step out and shoot the ball, post you. My guy, he retired, who always reminded me of me was Boogie Cousins. I loved him. I mean, just from the attitude and everything of playing a game of basketball. And he's from Mobile, Alabama.
Forgot that Alabama.
Well, Roy Tarpley is so crazy. You talk about Roy, and people never want to give him his flowers. And I tell folks that all the time. My game is patent after Roy Tarpley. Roy Tarpley was one of the first bigs that I seen rebounding it, pushing it, pulling up, shooting it, passing it, and everything. And I mean, I just added, my flair to it. But just me growing up as a kid, playing against him and sitting there watching him at the Belmont or at St. Cecilia, you know what I'm saying? Like, my game is patent off of him. He was one of the first bigs that I see do that besides, Magic Johnson.
Yeah, that is something. I got to tell you, I got a text a few minutes ago and speak to him every day, and he's a good friend of ours and stuff like that. BJ Armstrong told me BJ, we call him Little Benny.
Not Benjamin.
Little
Benjamin. Yeah, he said you called Benjamin. He said Benjamin, but he was the one that said, BJ said, yo, DC he said DC the best big man I've ever seen.
Man,
He talks about you like, yo, that Belmont. He said, yo, oof.
Well, you got to think about, I don't get into like basketball debates with people, especially if you don't understand the game of basketball. But I've been knowing BJ since I've been like 12 years old. Like me and BJ grew up when he was chubby BJ. People don't know that BJ. Like we grew up playing, like one-on-one and stuff at the Northwest Activity Center when they had rubber courts. And yeah, BJ went to school in the suburbs because his dad couldn't afford for him to go to school. Just like my man Tyrone Fuller, who went to USC, he went to Shine right here on 13 and Woodward. But all of us grew up playing together as kids in the city of Detroit. I mean, you talk about basketball, man. I mean, you can just run off, and we talk about it here all the time, just the 80s and the 90s when you talk about Michigan. Well, or even if you just talk about Detroit, not even including Saginaw, Flint, Pontiac, Ben Harbor, you know what I mean? Like, you just talking about the city of Detroit. Man, we ran college basketball and the NBA. Every time I got the NBA and I walked on the basketball court, I was saying what up, though, to one of my teammates or one of my friends. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 of them on one team. You take like Miami, it was Willie Burton, Steve Smith, Glenn Rice, and Grant Long.
Wow.
Kevin Willis, you know what I'm saying, in Atlanta. Every time I stepped on the court, I was saying, what up, though, you know what I'm saying, to one of my childhood friends, So, again, it's just being able to compete, at a high level. And I thought all of us, what separated us in the game of basketball is that all of us had a skill set, no matter where we, position that we played. We never really played by positions. It's like I saw a post the other day, somebody asked who was better, Steve Smith or Jalen Rose. And I told him, I said, Jalen Rose is just a left-handed version of Steve Smith. Because Jalen Rose learned his game from Steve Smith, just like Chris Webber learned his game from me. Chris Webber wore 44 in high school because of me. He changed it to 4 when he got to Michigan. And just like I wore because of George Gervin, all my life. Spencer Haywood. I mean, you talking about basketball here in the state of Michigan. We just honored Rudy Tomjanovich the other day. People don't even talk about Rudy T and what he averaged up there at Michigan, and all of his credentials. So it's such a rich history, here in the city of Detroit when you talk about basketball.
Yeah, y'all second in New York, though.
Nah, you see, y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of guards. Y'all a bunch of guards, man. Y'all a bunch of live fast.
What big dude
Kareem,
came out of New York that was that good?
Kareem, Connie Hawkins, and Doc.
That's it?
Yeah. Everybody, y'all fall off the guard. We used to play the Gauchos in the AAU, man. We used to destroy y'all.
Hey, DC, don't worry. I used to ride down from Connecticut and get a piece of that.
And give it to them. Yeah.
Give it to them too.
You know what's so... Go ahead, Rick. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, they didn't think anybody from Connecticut could ball, but, I had to come down there and show them a little bit.
Man, I seen your numbers in college, bro. You was putting that work in.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? But that just let me know when you got to that next level, you sacrifice for the team. And that's what teammates is all about. You and Oak. I seen Oak number, you know what I'm saying, in college as well. Yeah. But y'all just sacrifice, y'all scoring ability for what was best for the team at that time.
Yeah. DC, when you talk about obviously your game and you look at the NBA right now and you look clearly that your game would fit right in because you on the cusp of obviously that transitional phase from guys like Rick and Oak, like you talked about, sacrificing to now these guys, these fours and power forwards are really just being so skilled that you can't have them sacrifice. Do you ever look at your game and say, man, if I was playing in this era right now, I would be essentially just dominant, even more dominant than you were?
Well, to me, it ain't basketball anymore, guys. It's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? When I'm watching it, it really turns. I was watching the game last night, San Antonio and the Pistons, and I cut it off, because everybody's running for threes. We're running for layups and dunks as bigs. And I'm watching the break every time everybody runs to the 3-point line. Nobody's running to get the layup or a dunk or even just to get an early post up. So when you talk about seeing guys that are fluent like that play the game at that level, being 6'10", I don't see too many, out there. I mean, come on, man. Kevin Durant been, been giving it to him. You know what I'm saying, on that his mid range. I always look at him, Cade Cunningham, Shea Gilchrist. Those guys mid range games is like, they old school basketball players. They get to their spots and pull up and can't nobody stop them.
It makes you sad that when it makes me sad, I know it makes you sad that you how the game has changed from inside out, from outside in.
Yeah,
And we learned that, I mean, shoot, DC, it's a couple of teams would love to have a DC version, even half a version of what you bring to the table. I looked at San Antonio last night and I see Wembanyama outside.
man,
Eh, But
come on.
but but here's the counter to that. As defenses, as a defense, he's the head of the snake.
Yeah,
So you got Duran away from the basket where he's,
I
that's what,
already. I know
yeah.
what you're
So
about to say.
yeah, and then you go, okay, well, he can't really get all the rebounds that you
Thank
normally get,
you.
but yet he can also dominate. It's like I got to run around here to chase the
Yep.
alien, and then
Yeah.
next thing you know, I got to go here. But I look at it now where you're right with the entertainment, where it's like, okay, let's shoot a three. Everybody wants to be Steph Curry.
Yeah. Right.
Not the Kobe's no more, not even the Jordans anymore. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, they'll go ooh ah, but what's the difference between what we did as players? Is it our investment to what we do in this basketball?
You know what it is, Rick? Is IQ. It's just
Mhm.
like you're saying with
Preach.
Yamba last night and Durham. I'm sitting there, I'm watching the game, right? Shot blockers, you got to go through them. You can't go all around them trying to do that because they beating that. And I'm sitting
Mhm.
there watching the game because again, Jay Durham, he's working out of position trying to check Yamba out there on the wings, right? But
Yep.
you're not punishing him on the other end. I'm going straight to the post. If I'm Jalen Durham, I'm going to the post. I'm going to post him because he's too light in the ass to check me down here. And I'm going through him. I'm not trying to go around him. And I'm sitting there watching the game. It's like when last year we played the Knicks. I called me and Rasheed Wallace on the phone. I'm like, call Jalen Durham right now. Call him. Because all I wanted him to do, who's the big cat out there in New
Yeah.
York?
Uh-huh.
He
I
shoots
told Jalen
jumpers.
Durham, I
He
told him
shoot.
this. First play of the game, tell the referee, I'm gonna hit him hard as hell, ref. I'm gonna take his heart.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hey.
Because he wanted to play, you too big to play a finesse game of basketball, man. And when I talk about the IQ of the game of basketball, yeah, I can step out and shoot threes. But why would I step out and shoot a three when somebody's half my size trying to check me? I'm going to take you to the block because you know what? I'm going to create a double team so one of my teammates can get an easier shot, man. That's basketball.
Yeah,
Why would I
preach,
just
man.
settle for taking the three when I know I got a size advantage on you? I'm going to the block. I'm going to post you up. They're
Mm.
gonna have to come in double. If you don't come in double, what Shaq say? You barbecue chicken. Yeah. You got to go double that guy.
Cause hey, Shaq ain't have to shoot a jumper. He just beat the shit out of you
Oh my
down
God.
low.
Eighth wonder of the world.
Hey, remember DC, when my first year with you down there in Jersey, and Chuck Daly told me, and I think somebody was hurt, Bowie was hurt, and Chuck Daly told me during the pregame, he said, "You got Shaq." I said, "What the hell you want me to do with him? You want me to carry his lunch? Because that's a bit shit, man. Come on, man. If
Man.
Wemby had the body of Shaq and the skill level
Oh,
that he
over.
got oh my,
Oh, it's
I'm done.
over. Game
I'm
over. They can talk all that stuff, man. Somebody again, I watch all this stuff and I'm just sitting there, I'm laughing because you cannot degrade a guy like Shaquille O'Neal, man. I say y'all always talking about showing, y'all always show Shaq when he in the Lakers or when he's in Phoenix on his way. Show me Orlando Shaq.
Mm.
Yeah,
yeah. He messed that
yeah, that's
basket up, didn't he?
Thank you. Show me Orlando Shaq, bro. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
ugly and stuff. Let
Yeah,
me ask
ugly.
you.
Yes.
Let me ask you this, guys, and both of you guys, and Rick and I, we have a lot of fun here in the show and stuff. And Rick, we was just talking about the fact that I think it's so important to acknowledge you guys and really, really grateful and honored to have you on the show. Because again, there's an era of basketball now that we don't hear, that they don't know about a Derrick Coleman. They don't know about a Rick Mahorn. And it's like, you know what? The game misses that. And it's important to give you guys not only your flowers, but acknowledge what had on this game and stuff. Do you feel
You
like
know what
today's
it is,
game
too?
misses you guys?
Well, I look at it this way. Guys that are playing the game of basketball, and I'm not saying all of them, they're not students of the game of basketball. From the time I'm a kid playing basketball, whoever walked into that gym, I knew who that person was. You know, who they played for, where they played at, and everything. So from college to the pros, and now guys they're not students of the game of basketball at all. You know, you can walk into the arena or whatever, and they be like, yo, who is it? Until somebody tells them,
Wow.
you know, like who that person is. And again, you know, we're 15, 20 years removed from the game. But if you are consider yourself a basketball player, I knew everybody when they walk into our locker rooms or dressing room. And I think the biggest problem is you don't have mentors in the league anymore. You don't
Preach.
have anybody sitting on those benches telling those kids about the game of basketball, how to carry themselves. And I'm sitting there watching the game. You got 15 coaches behind the bench. I'm like, who the hell is all of these guys? What are they doing? Like me and BJ was talking about that. I said, B, who is all the guys behind the bench? Like, what are their jobs? What are they? So you telling me each individual player has their own coach? Who the hell am I listening to then?
Mm.
Mm.
Well,
But you have
DC,
no mentors. You have no mentors in the locker room, though, to have real conversations with those guys. What are you going to tell me and Rick Mahorn about basketball? About
mm,
life? We've been through it our whole life. We're still going through it. I look at the
that,
way the guys dress on the bench.
oh
You know what
Lord,
I mean? I say,
don't,
hey, you ain't got to come in a full-fledged suit, but you coming out here with hoodies on and hats on and up. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know? And
Preach.
they used to be mad at me, telling me because I didn't want to wear a suit.
hey, he would get
Yeah.
DC with Willis Reed would say so. You say, "Here's the check. I'm wearing my sweatsuit." Hey, but you know, DC,
Because
we
but
go
let me
ahead.
just say this, Horn, it didn't make any sense for what they were trying to do with what do I look like putting a suit on at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning? I'm going from an arena, bus, plane, I'm in the air.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gone. I'm landing in another city 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. So if I'm injured or hurt anything, we're getting treatment on the plane when we're flying in the air.
Yep.
So what do I need to put a suit on for? I'm comfortable. I got my sweats on. I might need some ice, you know what I'm saying, or something. I'm like, no, man, I'm not wearing a suit at 2,
Mm-hmm.
3 o'clock in the morning. So,
Yeah. But
all right,
here,
man, what's the
here,
fine?
here's my take, Gerald, and DC. And DC, everything you said was right on point. What we learned about Black history, it's Black History Month. What did we learn about Earl Lloyd? You if you're a basketball player and if you're an African American basketball player, if you don't study your shit
They
and
don't.
know this game to appreciate a Earl of Pearl or a Walt Frazier or even Willis
Right.
Reed. It's like I'm
Yeah.
sitting here, or what school did he go to? Winston-Salem,
Right.
Grambling, Hampton, Union. We went to
Yeah.
black colleges, and a lot of times
Right.
I've learned to say, well, damn, Purvis Short was the shootingest Jackson State
Man, come on.
guard. I'm done. It was
Yes.
like I
Yeah.
was like I get to see. I'm sorry, the dogs then came out,
No, the dogs is
and
out.
and people like Bobby Dandridge, people that you go
Yeah.
like, man, how many championships he got? You go,
Yeah.
he's got two. You
But
go here.
you excited to see those guys
Oh
though.
my gosh!
When you
And
know what
and
I'm
then
saying?
when
When
they
you
cut,
see them, you're like being a kid again.
and
You
you know who
know?
comes? You know who comes to me a lot and we talk. I tell him this, I tell him that.
Mm,
Is that Isaiah Stewart? DC,
my dude.
he is like a sponge where you go, I really appreciate this young
Yeah,
man.
that's
And
my
it's not
dude.
even a point of me calling him a kid. He's a young
Yeah,
man, he's about his business, but he's, you know what, he wants, man, he sits there, and I'm
yeah.
serious, he sits there like this.
He wants the stories. Yeah,
Oh, and see what you're saying, the guys behind, especially in Detroit, we got, we have a few players, Potapinko, we have Luke Walton, we
yeah,
have and we have Sid Lowe,
yeah.
Jerome Allen, and we got guys that are teaching these young men.
Hmm.
That's why when you look at a Pistons team now, it's kind of reminiscent of what the '04 boys and what
Yeah,
we learned about that stuff. You have to learn, yeah, I'm Rick Mahorn. I'm part of the bad boys. If you don't know who the fuck I am,
for
something
life.
wrong.
Yeah,
And if you can't give me the old school, what's up, man, and give me a look. I mean, they do that. Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's what makes it exciting to see these guys play and to flourish as basketball players. But when you do your homework, when you especially as critical as Black History Month is, I can show you I can show you. Look behind me. You see
right. Yeah.
Jackie, you see Jackie Robinson up there.
Come on, man.
You see,
Come on.
man. I, you know how we used to talk on the plane.
Yeah. So that's it, man. You got to understand that, you stand on the shoulders of all your ancestors that came before you when you talk about this game of basketball. And you always have to, what I'm saying, pay homage, to that. You talking about Stu. Stu lives by me. So I see him all the time. And I've been knowing Stu because we were recruiting him to come to Syracuse.
Mm,
And Mike Hopkins, our coach, left and went to Washington. That's how he went to Washington. Because
really?
Mike, yeah, yeah. I've
Okay.
been knowing Stu forever, man. I used to stop, and see him, and me and him be sitting there talking. Same thing as the conversation we having. I'm like, yo, you want to be around for a long time? He was like, yeah. Stop running to the corner, trying to be a 3-point shooter.
Mm.
Should tell him that all the time. Stop running to the corner. Stop letting them telling you to run to the corner. You are in between four. You're a tweener. You
Mm-hmm.
6'7", 6'8". Normally your matchup is you out there matched up with a 3 that's running you around everywhere. Okay, Stu, when the transition change, you got to go make that guy pay. So instead of you running to the 3-point line, run his ass straight to the block and
And
post
he
up,
does
catch,
that.
turn, and score.
Yep, and he
I
does that.
said, yeah,
I be saying, hook 'em,
right,
Stu, because
yeah,
he shoots the hook. And the funny thing about it is like size does matter in this league because sometimes I remember pick when we be playing like checking Benoit Benjamin was easy, but when I had to
Rest in
switch out
peace.
with
Come on,
you
give him some love. Rest in peace.
yeah, but when I had to, DC knew him and I were gonna go at it.
yeah.
And it wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was like, yep, for practice, we ain't like each other. But when it came after the man, good man, the way to get that. But that's where, a lot of these guys, oh, that's my friend. I ain't touching him. That's
Man, I
man, your
see
friend.
it all the time, bro. I see it ever since I run the biggest summer league out here in my DCLE summer league. So we had like 86 teams playing my summer league, high
Mm.
school and middle school. And man, when I'm sitting there, bro, I sit at the table watching it again. I want to see the competition.
Mm-hmm.
And just what you said, oh man, D, that's my boy, man. I'm like, it's basketball, man. I want bragging rights against all of my friends all the
Yep.
time. So everybody comes to the gym, like you said, there, Carlos Rogers, Steve
Oh,
Smith, Webb come through, Jalen, Antoine Jobert, Grant
Huh.
Long, T
Rashawn
Mills,
Rooney. Yep.
everybody comes through the summer league, right? So one day I'm up there, my son is there, me and him are riding back home. He's like, Dad, I got something to ask you. I'm like, what's up? He's like, why, when all your friends are sitting there and they're talking about basketball, none of them never bring your name up? I said, you know why, son? Because I've been kicking their ass my whole life. Ever since we've been kids. They can't say nothing about me.
Talk your talk, DC.
Yeah.
Talk it.
Because I've been kicking their ass. Because I want bragging rights. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? But again, iron sharpens iron.
Mm.
I tell people this. I was just having this conversation the other day. You know, you're talking about basketball. Like Terry Mills was my nemesis. See, in life, you
Sure.
gotta have nemesis in sports, right? And again, I say and told you I could never afford to go to all the Nike ABCD camps and all that stuff, right? But I'm in the gym. I'm in the gym. I'm playing against pros. I'm playing against all the types of college guys. So when I'm going to play against Terry, hey man, you lace your shoes up just like I do. So we gonna go at it. Same thing with J.R. Reed. We gonna go at it. Y'all,
Mm,
they say y'all the best. Okay, show me,
mm.
cause I
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm about to do. Yeah,
But you,
and I just tell them all the time, cream always rises to the top. But Terry was my nemesis my whole life. I mean, and one of my best friends to this
Yep.
day. But when we ever step in between them lines,
Ain't
ain't no
got no friends.
friendship.
Ain't no friendship.
I'm kicking your ass. You trying to
Yeah.
kick mine. You know?
Hmm.
Well,
That hey, you know me and Buddha, James
yeah,
Edwards.
man, come on.
Me and Buddha are like this. I would stay at his house, especially when I went to, when I would come back to Detroit and play. I
Yeah.
stayed at his house, and we were about to fight on the court.
Yeah, y'all
48
did
minutes.
fight when he was in Chicago.
I don't
Yeah,
like I don't like
right,
nobody.
right.
Oakley too. I was
Stepping
like, oh,
between them lines, bro,
yep.
you are not my friend. You
Mm-mm.
know,
You
we
want
for
bragging
some
rights.
reason when I was in Syracuse, right, we would play Missouri damn near every year. So Missouri, the whole team, Doug Smith,
Oh
Nate
yeah.
Button, Lee Cower, John McIntyre. Like all of us grew up together, playing against each
Wow.
other in high school, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
were all, no matter where we was at, all the Detroit guys, we going out to dinner. We go get something to eat. So we get back to the hotel, we on the elevator, right? So we going up. So my floor, first floor to get off on, bing. So when I step out the elevator, I turn around and tell them, hey, y'all know I'm on y'all ass tomorrow, right? You know, they like, fuck you, D.
What?
You know what I'm saying? It's 3 against 1. I don't care. I like them odds. I'm on y'all ass tomorrow. All right. I'll see y'all then. And when
DC,
we get out there, kick their ass after the game. Hey man, I love you. You my brother. Yeah.
you spoke, DC, you spoke about obviously in college, man, and you know what Rick was talking about. I used to be a ball boy for the Knicks, and I remember working those college games of the Big East tournament,
Man,
man. I
no
remember
money.
guys like Dana Barros and them just coming in on a wing and prayer
Yes.
on that
Yes.
early game, that the elimination game. Then
Yeah.
you guys facing either Pittsburgh with Jason Matthews,
Yeah.
or you guys
St.
going against
John's.
Georgetown and Jake
Yeah.
Johnson. Talk about those memories, and who was your Big East nemesis when you was at
Best.
Syracuse?
Best of times, man.
Mm,
It was nothing like Big East basketball, back then. We created the 6-foul rule,
mm,
in the Big East. And our nemesis, well, my personal nemesis was always Georgetown with Dikembe, rest his soul,
yeah.
and Alonzo against him, me and Billy Owens, you know. And I
Mm,
had the
Dio.
general, Sherman Douglas throwing the lives.
mm.
Like we were Showtime in
Yes,
college way before UNLV
yes.
and Michigan. You know what I'm saying? But playing in the Garden, for the Big East tournament, man, it was nothing like that. It was electric,
Mm,
from all of the celebs at the time, because I grew up in that whole hip hop area. I tell people that all the time. I said it was not for me to go to games and see Run DMC and Houdini, a young LL, Dana Dane, Kid and Play. You know what I'm saying? It was not for me to see these guys and hang out with them all the time. I used to be at the Red Parrot,
woo!
Yeah, yeah. So it was nothing like that being in New York for those Big East tournaments, man. Like I tell people all the time, I played 15 years in the NBA, man. My 4 years at Syracuse, best 4 years of my life, man.
Mm.
And Rick, they would
Yeah.
stay around. The beauty of the Big East championship, because the game would be on Sunday, and the
Yeah,
champion most of the time would stay around and they congregate in the Knick locker room and lounge and
yeah,
watch the tournament selection. And I
yeah.
mean, it was when Syracuse came in there, it was electric. And like you said, I don't want to ask you that, man, because definitely it's a struggle right now. And shout out my man Red Archery there. Going through the challenges. When you look at Syracuse, and obviously they're in the ACC, but it's something
I hate
about
it.
that.
It's not the same, bro.
Yeah, and I understand football
Yeah,
controls everything in college right now.
exactly. Yeah, then that's why we went.
Yeah, and how important is it? Do you think that that connection of Madison Square Garden, because it was just you guys, Georgetown, St. John's,
St. John's.
and then everybody
Yeah,
else. You know, before UConn had that run. Do
Yeah,
you
Seton
think
Hall.
you know, Providence, all that
Yeah.
stuff. If you were a commissioner of college basketball, what would be some of the changes you would make if you had an
Well,
opportunity?
I mean, definitely bringing Syracuse back to the Big East for one. But I think, you know what, when I look at college sports, and it's so crazy you say that, because Dave Gavitt's son is the commissioner of the
Yes.
NCAA right now.
Yes.
So he came here to a dinner that Tom Izzo, George Gervin, and I can't think of Oakland's coach right now. He's raising money.
Campy.
Campy, coach. Yep,
Mhm.
Campy. Campy. They were raising money for Campy for his NIL. And the thing that bothers me about the whole NCAA is that you guys make enough money to pay every student athlete. Everybody could have got a stipend to pay, you know, those kids in school. But to let it become what it is right now is terrible. And then on top of that, you just open up the portal. When you transfer, you just have to sit out.
The whole year.
Now you can go each year to a different school, you know? But what's killing the game of basketball is nobody's recruiting those high school kids
Oh,
anymore. They got to
preach.
go in the portal because they're
Preach.
trying to compete and keep up. If I don't go in the portal and get these kids, I'm going to lose my job.
Preach.
And the
Mhm.
thing that I see, what's going on in Syracuse right now, is that they don't want to give Red the NIL money to go get the kids he needs to go get. Period.
Mm.
That's why we're struggling in football. That's why we're struggling in basketball.
Well, you know, I went to the D2 school, and it ain't too much. Every time they get a good
Yeah.
player there, they leave in that Hampton after 1 year, and they're sitting there
Yeah,
going
man.
like, it's like,
Yeah.
dang, man, you just going
They
to get the
chasing.
money,
They're
change the game.
chasing the money. Like I said, the NCAA could have easily stepped in, man, and gave everybody the same stipend across the board. You know, whether that's
Mm-hmm.
5, 10, whatever, 20, whatever it is, everybody could have got the same money. But to open the portal up and let kids transfer without sitting out, high school kids are the ones that's going to suffer. You're going to see a lot of high school kids, man, going to JUCO,
They
because you
are
know what?
suffering.
Nobody has time to develop kids anymore.
No.
Like that, like Darius Acuff. He a Detroit kid.
Yeah.
I've been played against his dad, his uncles, everything. You know what I'm saying? But again, he's an exception to the rule. You don't have that many kids. The kid at North Carolina, I don't know how they get the brother out there to BYU, because they just start letting black people even in the damn church out there. You
Stop.
know?
I'm hanging up.
Yeah, I
I'm,
don't know
I'm
Stop.
how.
hanging.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know how he even
I,
get in out
I
there.
don't
Stop.
But
know.
yeah, he called the little guard down there at Houston. I like him as well. You know, you got a few guys that's playing the game at a high level that understand it, have real high basketball IQ, but the rest, they just, man, they all fall in line.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. DC, when you talk about a front court, man, in college basketball, you mentioned a guy that, oof, like I said before, and rest in peace, Pearl Washington. Y'all was
Oh,
Showtime. You're right. Y'all were college basketball Showtime.
yes.
Yeah, like they come to the Garden, Rick, Syracuse, they packed in there.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
the
I was
Longhorns.
I was watching the Big East
Yes.
tournament. Now, come
Yo,
on, man.
but I tell you this, that front court of you
Billy Owens.
and Billy Owens,
Oh, my
where would you
brother.
rank that front court in college basketball history?
Ain't nobody fucking with us, man. Ain't nobody. Come on, man. I got the general, Bill, and see, people don't ever talk about my teammate
Cycling.
Stevie Thompson.
Oh, he was a
Stevie
dog. Stevie
Thompson, yeah.
Thompson. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Crenshaw High School.
Yes. Dog.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like you said, Horn Sykes.
Like,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
and Ronnie. Yeah,
DJ
man.
Ronnie.
Hey, but DC, you know, a
Yeah,
lot of
DJ Ronnie.
yeah, DC, a lot of times when you do look at, you know, I look at players, and you come into something where, you know, like for me, when I got traded to Detroit,
Yeah,
nobody really protected Bill Laimbeer, you
right.
know. And
Yeah.
then when I got here, I was like, I ain't like Lambeer anyway at that time, but I learned to love Lambeer because
Yeah,
I was like, motherfucker, I got your back.
yeah.
You let
And
somebody
he
hit you, I'm
had
gonna whoop
yours.
their ass.
Yeah,
So when I look at that, when you have a Cycly, when you have a Pearl and Bo, they knew they had protection. How important is that when you're performing, other than, and even also having your back off the court?
Well, again, you're talking about a brotherhood, man. I don't think people that play sports at a high level will understand our fraternity and brotherhood amongst us. And when you look at that, it's like Coach Bam used to always cuss me out all the time,
Mm-hmm.
right? In the heat of the game, he would never say nothing to Ronnie. So one time we come in the timeout, and he's on his shit. And he gets to me, hey, motherfucker, you ain't rebounding, you ain't doing this. So again, you in the heat of the battle in the argument. I'm like, whoa, wait a motherfucking minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, so me and him get the arguing back and forth. And the ref that came in the huddle like, yo, come on, let's go. And me and him go. So when I get ready to go back on the court, he grabbed me. And when he grabbed me, I turned around, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm on fire now. And he was like, that ain't meant for you. That's meant for Ronnie. Tell that motherfucker to go help you rebound. But he knew he couldn't scream and holler at Ronnie like that because Ronnie would go into a shell. And he knew, hey, I don't give a damn what I say to Derrick. That shit going in one ear, out the other one. You know what I'm saying? He ain't paying up. He gonna be like, yeah, all right, coach. And he gonna go do what the fuck he gonna go do anyway. And he knew that. But again, that's knowing your teammates, knowing your players. You got to think you got 12 to 15 different attitudes you're adjusting and dealing with on the basketball court. That's what makes it so special, man. And then again, that brotherhood. Like you said, before you got here, Rick, I'm a Piston fan all my life growing up. Bill be out there fighting by himself. So when you came, and you got to think when Isaiah and them first came here, shit, the whole front line was white. Just Zeke out there, like Zeke and John Long. Yeah. So when you came, I'm like, okay, he got somebody that's gonna have his back, gonna fight with him. But again, that's what basketball is, man. We don't care about anything, man. Like only thing I see with sports and entertainment is the same because we don't care about race, religion, color, gender, anything, bro. You my brother, it's us against them. You gonna help me win. Ain't nobody gonna mess with you. They mess with you, they gonna mess with all of us, and vice versa.
Fuck with
That's what
me,
sports does.
you fucking with that family right there behind
Yeah,
me, and I got a whole bunch of them
that's
now.
what I'm
So,
saying. That's what sports does, man. It breaks down all barriers, man. Like entertainment, like concerts is the only thing I see in life besides sports that bring people together like that.
Speaking of concerts, you was at one the other night,
Oh,
ain't
A&E
you?
all my life. Come on, man. What you want me? I'm the 8th member. You want me to hit my steps?
I was waiting for somebody to tell me was he up was he up there in the line doing the moves and
Man, come
stuff?
on, man. I ain't sit down the whole show, man. But again, I've been knowing those guys 30 plus years since college. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So man, I can't tell you how many shows I've been to and been on tours, you know what I'm saying, with them. Like, those are my brothers. And
Brothers.
they love basketball. They
Yeah, no
ballers
addition. We
too.
had Mike Bivens on with us
My
and stuff.
dog. Yeah.
Biv, a great dude, man. And
Yeah.
like I said there in the beginning, man, Rick and I want to do this show to acknowledge great players and stuff like that again get overlooked and stuff. And you can't overlook your greatness, man. And especially what you have done in your community and stuff. And I'm talking about years ago. We, myself, Oak, and Penny, we were doing the show and stuff. We were talking about the things you were doing in Detroit and how you're such a pillar in that community, man. And I salute you, man.
Man,
I
I
definitely
appreciate
salute
it.
you.
Bro, I'm raised that way. It's just in my DNA, man.
Oh yeah.
It's from them
And,
Alabama woods. That Southern hospitality. You know what I
and,
mean?
and
But
your and your mama had this too.
always, yeah. My mama, grandmama. I mean, yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
forgot
No, it ain't.
grandma.
It ain't never turning the other cheek, Rick. Not with me.
No.
Yeah, you gonna get hit in that one too. Yeah.
But before we let you get out of it, tell us. So BJ used to be chubby, running around with
Oh
Twizzlers
yeah.
and Lego.
Yeah, he
And
was
blow
chubby
pops.
BJ. Still shooting that thing though. He was still
Yeah.
shooting, but he was chubby. He was chubby BJ, man. But that is my brother, man. Like I call him to mess with him all the time, man, because
Oh, we
he's
get
out
them
there with
too.
Scott Perry, and I had to keep him on his P's and Q's. I said, hey man, Don't forget where you come from out there fucking with Scott Perry, because Scott Perry from here too.
Yeah,
Like I say, so all of us, man, we all grew up together. It's just a bunch of laughs when we get together, man. That's all we do is laugh and crack jokes on each other all the time, bro.
Like we doing right now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Same thing, man. You put us in the room, bro, you might as well just cut the camera on. Yeah.
Cut the camera on and grab one of these, huh? Grab some of this.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Hey, hula hands,
yes,
DC. That hula hands, boy. Woo.
Oh, my God.
But you
Hula
know what,
hand was on spot every night after the game.
Definitely, man. And I actually spoke to Kenny Anderson earlier today. He's actually in New York, too. KA is in New York. Shout out to Kenny Anderson.
Man, I talk to Kenny probably at least once a week.
Good.
Chips.
Still to this day, man. So that is my brother, man. You know, love him to death. He right down there in Florida also. Like, he's about an hour and a half from Mobile.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right outside of like Fort Walton Beach. So no, I talk to Kenny all the time, man. That's my brother.
Definitely, man. But listen, man, definitely appreciate the time, man. Do us a favor when you get a chance during the course of the season. Playoffs are right around the corner. Come back on this show, man.
Anytime, bro. Love to, man.
Success to all that you do, man. And definitely, man, really, really appreciate you. Bad boy on the court as well as off, man.
Hey, real bad
like
boy
I
right
said,
there.
it's just in my DNA, man. You know, I just always use basketball as a tool, and what we're doing right now. I got tired of giving trophies at my summer league. So the winners of my summer league this past summer, I'm like, yo, we're gonna build laundry rooms in schools. Because that's the elephant in the room nobody addresses when it comes to our kids with clean clothes. So yeah, we've been building laundry rooms.
I'm dropping the mic
Please,
right now.
talk about that, man. Please.
Yeah, man. Nobody talks about those issues when it comes to our kids. You know, so this summer, I mean, I've seen the video. You go on my page or anything. Like we built laundry rooms for the winners of my summer leagues. You know, built it out, laid it out, got the kids' pictures on the wall and everything. Like, no, this is for y'all. Yeah.
Hey, we got a DC, and we'll talk. We'll talk later on. But I with this Black History, you know, I do my scholarship thing as well. That would, man, you just opened up a whole new idea in my head, man.
Yeah, bro. So that's impactful. Trophies are not impactful.
Trophies,
you know what I mean?
Because they just sit up on the wall and get dust.
I told my son that. What you gonna do with all this shit when I transition? Put it in storage somewhere and forget about it.
Yeah, and then go to Storage Wars and somebody buy it.
Yeah, somebody else then got it. You forgot about it. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm gonna create a page and just sell all this shit off myself and sit it to my, my foundation and spend the money with the kids.
How about them? You still got them albums?
Of course.
I mean, I got 10,000 of them.
Man, look, I still got my first stereo from college.
Wow.
I'm done because I still got mine too.
Yeah, the Kenwood rack system. I still got that, bro. Yeah.
I got a Panasonic. Mine was Panasonic. I couldn't get Kenwood. Couldn't steal that.
All right.
Hey, DC, before I let you go, man, let everybody know where they can find out information about what you're doing with your foundation and all the things you do from a community standpoint and how people can get involved and even support.
Well, I'm on Twitter at 44 the Legend. Instagram at I am Derrick. And what is my email? My email is dc at iamderrickwearedetroit.com.
Definitely, man.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we building laundry rooms and food pantries, man. You know, it takes this thing to a whole nother level, bro.
Yeah.
Because those are issues nobody addresses when it comes to our kids.
That's powerful.
One thing, Gerald, it's one thing that I've always respected about him when I met him. It was always about the community. It's going to be, and as always.
If not us, then who, fellas?
Yeah.
You right about that, man. Drop the mic, man.
Yeah, man, my love.
I dropped my hat for that one.
We'll drop this bottle.
Thank you so much, DC. We got to do this again, man. All the best to you and your family, man.
Love you guys. I'll see you soon, Horn.
All right, boy.
All right, bro. Peace.
All right, later.
Peace.
Woo! Hey, Rick, I tell you, man.
Is time already done?
Oh, man. Yo, what impactful, man. Impactful, brother. I think we're going to have to switch things around next week because you're on the road. You on the road next week. You got a game next week, so we're probably going to be on Wednesday. Definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel and keep you abreast on everything that's going on, because the next 2 Tuesdays, the Pistons got games. We definitely got some stuff that, you know what, definitely working on, but definitely get a chance, man. Support. Exactly. That was powerful about Derrick Coleman, man. And you know what, through and through, being Detroit all the way through. We got you know what, Rick, before we get out of here, we got the scouting combine that's coming up in the NFL. And we look at these scouting combines, and I want to get your thoughts on this, because obviously we're diehard football fans, right? We still with our teams. Go Buccaneers and go Patriots. Don't reach up there and pull that down.
Oh, okay. I don't want to
Don't do it. I know you was. You really quick. And I'm so glad you took that hat off. You got a nice haircut. What's wrong with you?
I know. I just got one. I got a nice cut, fresh cut.
Yes. Put that dowel in your hair.
No, never that. That's only you. But just in case you wanted to know what I was about to grab, you see that?
Oh, boo, boo.
You see that bad boy one, right?
But you know what? I want to ask you this, though.
What's up?
When you look at a scouting combine, right, this is a big thing. People out there with the watches, they're looking for these guys catching footballs, all these different things. How much can you find out about a player, in your opinion, from a scouting combine? Because obviously they do it in the NBA as well. How much can you find out about a player?
Well, first and foremost, you got to do your homework. Gerald, the thing is, we just talked about it with DC. We have to know what's inside of you. How did you get all this inside of you? What makes you tick? I don't care if you could be the fastest dude on the field. You could be the quickest dude on the field. You could throw the ball 100 yards. But if you ain't got it in here and in here, I don't know. You got to figure out. I would go to, when I was coaching in the NBA and also in the WNBA, we used to go to the combines and stuff, and you go, well, she can't play, or he can't, he can play, but, you go like, I don't know, because when you look at it, you see some guys that went first round picks, they ain't in the league no more. Yeah,
I mean, you see a lot of these guys, like the 40 is a big thing. If a guy runs a 4.3, 4.2, but a lot of the times these are guys that's a burner and stuff, and they can do stuff. But then in terms of route running, they can throw the top, they can take the top off the defense.
It's all about here.
Exactly. But you know what? Yeah. What type of player are you?
No, what type of person are you?
Yeah, well, exactly.
Then that'll transition into what type of player. That's why when you talk to, like when we're talking to different players and people on here that, that we do have as our guests. I mean, from a comedian standpoint, from a basketball standpoint, from a football standpoint, I only did what I knew what to do. And I went to, I went to I went to a combine. I'm at a Division II school, and I was pretty damn good. But what could I do for this team if they do pick me? You know what I mean? So how do you establish yourself in there? So,
yeah, definitely. So, Rick, that about wraps it up. Like we said, next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Definitely, because you know what?
Is that May 4th? Why does it say next Wednesday, May 4th?
May 4th. You know what? We got to make sure we check that out. That's why
March.
You got two. Hey, we got extra sets of eyes and stuff. You know what? I'm glad you caught that and stuff. You know what? And you start sharp as ever. So you know what? Definitely making sure next Wednesday, March 4th, 7 p.m. and definitely going to dive into some more NBA talk.
I'll be in San Antonio. We're going to have to go down there and whoop their butts because they came up here and got us. We'll get them.
Don't mess around with them churros, all right? Leave them churros alone.
No, that's what you've been eating, this were all around your ears. I got to go. You got cinnamon all under your eyeball and stuff, man.
For Rick Mahorn, I'm Gerald Brown. What do we say, Rick?
Epic.